I am a mother, and I'm an American. Now, I'm not educated or none of that, so I don't speak so good, and can only read and write a little. But I done got a right good heart that breaks right along with all yous others. I heard about what happened to them kids at that school in Sandy Hook, where some crazy man with a whole lot of guns done killed 20 young'uns, and grown-ups too. Well, I got something to say to all yous people. But first, I gotta tell all you mamas and papas, grandmamas and grandpapas, brothers and sisters that lost someone you loved, that I done be sorry for your pain. The good Lord done give us no greater pain than that, but to lose a child. And I done heard that these young'uns were but babies. Ain't right. It ain't right. I know you'uns be thinking, how come God wasn't watching or listening? Where was he? I don't got the answer to this question, excepting to say that sometimes you just gotta leave him out of this. And as the Bible tell us, just like we don't understand the way a baby is formed in a mother's womb, we can't understand the work of God neither. I want to say some things to our Mr. President Obama and to all them people who make them laws. But I done know I'm not fitting to speak to the likes of him. I can't write. I can't talk good. I reckon he be thinking I got nothing to say that would make any sense to hisself. He only wants to talk to smart folks like all you'uns out there. That's why I'm asking for yous to get my words out to him and to anyone who will listen. Maybe you be able to put it in right good English for me. Ain't that crazy boy that killed your young'uns? It were them guns. I know about guns. I've been raised my whole life with guns. We got more guns than forks. And I seen what them guns done to my kinfolk. Guns always gonna kill. Not knives. Knives just cut you. Yous don't die from cuts. Now, I told yous that I'm not educated, and that be the truth. Ain't gonna tell you different, but I know a few things about being an American. We done own the U.S. Constitution, and it give us rights, and they called amendments. I don't know how many of them amendments there are, maybe 50 for each state. It done give us the right to free speech, and that be the First Amendment. And I done know they be one about drinking, and I'll be all for that. And there's even an amendment for voting for the President of these United States. I done give you my vote, Mr. President Obama. You done gotta give me something back, 'cause that's how it works. And everyone else who voted for you, you's gotta give them something back. And you gotta give them folks that lost them young'uns something more. And I'm a-fixin' to tell you what it is. You's gotta do something about them gun laws. I know the Second Amendment has to do with guns. Now, there ain't many words in that Second Amendment, but I still don't understand it. Seems nobody understand it. But yous ain't gotta figure out what all them words mean. Just get rid of the whole dang amendment. It done be a stupid law anyways. No more use for it as having the right to own slaves. Simple as that. Way I see it, that amendment is messing everything up, giving people the wrong rights. Individual people don't have the right to own a gun. Armies do. And that amendment was for a long time ago. This ain't a country of cowboys and Indians no more. This be a game for young'uns. And back then, those men be using muskets or poke stocks, not those fancy-ass Star Wars guns or assault rifles. Got one good shot back then, too. Not 100. Ain't take no gunslinger today. Just a whole lot of them guns and bullets. All I gotta say is if yous don't do something about them guns right soon, ain't gonna be the last time you be picking up dead babies from the ground. And I hear you're afeard of some man in a gun club, calling themselves the NRA. And these folks don't believe that they are law-abiding gun owners. And they think that law-abiding gun owners keep the killings down. They think killing people is an American freedom. They far from law-abiding citizens, 'cause they be making up their own laws. And they be reading that Second Amendment in some strange way. Well, they gotta stop telling you what to do. They evil folk. And yous pay no mind to the likes of them bullies, Mr. President Obama. I mean, what you feared of, big man? Stop behaving like a whistle pig hiding in them holes. You ain't gotta worry no more about being president. You's the president. And if yous lose your job, or them other lawmakers lose their job, then yous lose your jobs, and it be worth it. Don't let your hearts be troubled about that. Now you change them gun laws, and stop spending so much time on other things like gay rights and the U.S. Constitution. Oh, I know what you be thinking. Ain't true. I ain't got a problem with gays. They be gentlefolk, and they don't bother nobody. They mind their own business, and they sure as heck ain't killed nobody. They wouldn't know how to use a gun. You want to do something good, something to be remembered by, you change them gun laws. Ain't nobody need a gun. Ain't nobody need a law to protect a private person for owning a gun. What for? I told yous, guns are for armies. And that's what that amendment mean back then, and even now. It's hard to be a mother and talk to another mother who's done lost a child, especially when that child didn't have to die. Did you hear me, Mr. President Obama? Them children didn't have to die. We all guilty of killing them. This whole country is guilty of killing them because we don't have laws to protect our young'uns against guns. And we supposed to be a civilized nation. I'm trying so hard to make sense because I want you to do something. And I want to say to all them poor folk who lost their babies that they are now in the kingdom of heaven. And they's all be playing up there together. And in the way of righteousness is life. And in that pathway there is no death. That's what Proverbs say. I pray for all of yous. I hope somebody can help me get my words to Mr. President Obama. And everyone else, yous got my permission. Thank yous. From Emmeline Piper. But you'uns can call me Letty. And one more thing. I know it be coming on Christmas right soon. And we be praying for peace on earth. But it ain't up to just the good Lord. I done told you. Sometimes you just gotta leave him out of this. It's up to you, Mr. President Obama, to help bring us peace. You be having any questions about that, yous just remember them babies. And you remember how they was killed. And you remember them mamas who done buried their young'uns. We be common folk, Mr. President Obama. You don't know what that be like. Your young'uns ain't never gonna know what it's like out here in the real world. They never gonna worry about guns killing them. But there still be a lot of other young'uns out here. And they want to live. And their mama and papas, they want to live. And they don't want to have to worry themselves about getting killed by guns. Because we got a whole lot of other stuff to worry about. So yous better get to work. But yous want to do something right now? You'uns can stop selling them bullets. Guns ain't gonna kill nobody without them bullets. And that's all I got to say.